So let me give you a little rundown of how this is going to work. So we're going to go from September to December, okay? And what I want to do is take you guys along a kind of a journey along. So it'll be a progressive way. So we'll be building onto it, right? For those of you that did the mental training session with me, it's very much I was showing you clips of stuff. So what these sessions are supposed to be meant to do is give you something to practice for the week, and then we come back and we'll do something else as we go along. Okay, we'll cover all aspects. Some, of course, Systema without a doubt, some of the mental training, the breath work, kind of the stuff that you need to do at home to kind of sharpen the knife, as they say, so you're not actually using the knife, but you're keeping it sharp for when you need it, right? So this is the work that we all need to do at home. Like this is, so before I get to my class for training, I have to have done a lot of work at home before I got there. So if I'm a competitive athlete and I'm going to start to meet with my coach, there's a lot of work I got to do before practice. I didn't just show up for practice with nothing. So this is going to embody breath work for sure, the physical aspects of Systema, and I'm going to try to explain some of the connections with it as well, so that you kind of see a way through the forest. Now, there's no one thing for everybody. Each one of you is very unique. So each one of you will take something unique out of it as much as you can, right? So please try not to miss a session. And if you do, it's okay, because what I've done is I'm recording it now, and these will be uploaded onto the site that only you guys will have access to. So it's not just for everybody, right? It's the way I've done it on the site is, and if you can't access, you just let me know and I'll get you access quickly, okay? And then you can watch it as many times as you like. So this way you understand if you know something came up that time that you didn't miss out on it, okay? Make sense? So I've left the time a little bit longer. We've got about an hour and a half, so that sometimes when I was doing the mental training, I found that a little bit of physical work might have helped you guys reach that place a little bit better. And then the same goes for the physical work. I wished I had some time to do some of the mental training, because I think they would have gone hand in hand together, right? So we'll try it for this, let's say quarter of the year, this last one coming up. We'll try to fuse the physical, the mental, the breathing, the whole thing into one. And then you'd let me know how you feel about it. I mean, I play with stuff all the time. These are experiments, and this is what Systema always was meant to be. It's you try something and then see the result. I don't know, right? You never stop inventing. You never stop trying different formulas of physical, psychological, mental, breathing work, and see what results you get, right? Sounds like a plan, guys? Yeah? Okay. So unless you have any questions, no? Get started? Let me just mute you guys. I got to figure out how to do that again. Oh, somebody wants to come in. Hold on. Oh, hold on. I don't know if you guys have met. Hold on. Ralph just came in. Hold on. Ralph, you there? Just came in. They made me this time. Oh, here he's coming in. I made me this time. Ralph, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, how are you, man? So whereabouts are you again? Maybe you want to tell everybody.
Well, I'm in Iqaluit, Nunavut. I'm actually in my office cubicle right now.
Way up north, guys.
Way up north.
What? Nowhere. That's really far up. Like
I'm
polar
living
bears
on
are coming.
nowhere.
Polar bears are coming on your doorway, man. But it's absolutely beautiful.
Almost.
I know two people that have worked up there. It's absolutely beautiful. It's cold, but spectacularly beautiful, right? So
absolutely.
Ralph's going to be joining us, but he's from his cubicle, so I don't think you'll have the I don't think you'll have the video on.
Wait, hold on a second. Let me just.
You don't have to, Ralph. It's fine. We all understand. We all been. Oh, look at you, the office guy. Look at you. The headphones on. Oh. Okay, guys.
Yeah, I'm at lunchtime. I have 1 hour lunch, so I'll download later. And
I know I explained it. It's recording now. I explained everything, so you can rewatch the beginning part. Okay. So, guys, let's start off. Let's start off with some breath work, and then we'll lead off to some physical training, and then we'll get to some mental work. Okay. Any specific issues you're having in training for some of you that are out of town? Any specific challenges you're having?
injuries.
Injuries. Well, injuries are good, guys. Injuries they're interesting. I have tons, and most of the guys who train have some injury of some sort. I mean, we all have a problem, guys. You're not going to get somewhere without having a problem. If you talk to some of the students I have here that are trainers for some big sports teams, you should see the game is an hour and a half long, and the rehab for these players is 3 hours long. Okay, you should see them. Ice on every part of their body. Like, how many of you guys put ice on all parts of your body? How many of you guys are getting an hour massage before and after the game? So it's a big part, right? We just don't do enough. We got to take care of yourself, and then you also have to train for the injury. So if you have an injury, you have to train like you have an injury. You don't train like you don't have an injury. You can't just forget it. You have to play the game with that thing in mind, right? You can't just forget about it. You know, you have to always keep it in mind. So I'll show you.
I found a massage therapist for Friday. So
Good stuff. Yeah, that's the good. Talk to an expert. Okay, guys. So get comfy. I don't care how it is. Maybe seated or standing, whatever you like, right? And at the beginning, let me just mute everybody for a second here. I got to remember how to do that again. All right. Hold on. Sorry, guys. It's been a while since I've done this. Benoit's coming in. There's Benoit. Okay. Where is it? Participants. Mute all.
there goes the neighborhood.
There goes the neighborhood. Okay, guys. I hope you can hear me, right? If you can't hear me, let me know. So sit comfortably, right? Sit comfortably, whether it's down or in your chair. And I want you to bring good awareness now just to the overall breath cycle. So you're breathing in, don't change anything. Breathe out. And just kind of just follow your breath a little bit, right? So you want to feel the air coming in through the nose. And it's going to kind of, should kind of feel it coming down and then coming back out. So it's like you want to feel the whole breath cycle. So inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. But try to visualize the actual breath cycle. Try to imagine that air coming in. And very slowly, almost not to scare yourself, every inhale and every exhale is a little bit more in and a little bit more air out. So it's very subtle though. It's not stark. It's very subtle. And you should slowly feel your lungs kind of opening a little bit more, Benoit? And then slowly squeezing out more. So a little bit more air in coming in. And then more air coming out. A little bit more air coming in. A little bit more air coming out. Even more air coming in. Even more air coming out. And what you want to do is find as much air that you can take in and as much air as you can take out just on your own now, as I'll kind of watch you for a second. It's hard to talk and do it at the same time. So you're good. There's going to come a point where you'll feel your body filling up. That's fine. Like just let it fill up, you know, but you will definitely reach a maximum where there's no more air you can get in and there's no more air that you can get out. So you're trying to find that maximum level of air in and maximum level of air out. And what you're doing is you're actually stretching your lungs on the inside. So it's kind of like a stretch for your lungs. Benoit, nice beard, man. When you reach the maximum level, when you say, okay, just there's no more, slowly start to work your way to the opposite end. Again, you're going to pass by normal breathing and you're going to go towards the least amount of air that you could possibly take in and the least amount of air you could possibly take out. Both extremes are going to be uncomfortable, but in a different way. if you need a number, it should be like 10 steps maybe, and then 10 steps to get completely empty, and then 10 steps to get completely full. But it's not really, it can be even longer. But you want it to be very gradual. Might help to close your eyes. It might, whatever it is that you need, but try to really bring all your attention towards um, the breath. Awesome, guys. Good, very good. So now you need to try that from two more positions, okay? So now you're gonna lie down. So lie down flat on your back. Yeah. In theory, it doesn't front or back, but just lie on your back. I don't want to see your backside. So lie down. And the same idea. Inhale and progressively let more air come in and out. And then progressively, as you get to the most, let least air in, least air out. And see if the position didn't change for you. See if you don't feel it different, because now you're going to have pressure on the back, on your back. And that pressure will make you feel the lungs a little bit different. Ralph, it's not necessary for you if you can't do it there, man. Benoit, you have to navigate your dog, man. Remember, progressively more. When you can't get any more air in and out, then go the other way, gradually to the least amount. Great, guys. Good. Sit up now. So I don't know if you saw a difference. I'm not sure, but we'll try one last one. That's standing. So stand up now, right? So stand up. Again, you'll feel different now again because there's no pressure at all on the lungs whatsoever. So you stand up, nice and straight, calm, and again with the breathing, right? So progressively more in, more out, and then progressively less and less and less when you find the extremes, okay? Pay attention now how, as you get uncomfortable, watch how you'll start to move a little bit more now. When you're sitting, you don't see it so much, or when you're lying down, but when you're standing, you'll see that your balance will be off when you're too much or too little. Awesome, guys. Come close. So any difference? Did you see any difference in the breathing? Could you find from sitting, lying down, and standing any difference at all?
Now, for me, standing had the most resistance. Like I couldn't. Drawing the deeper breath was more tense.
Okay, cool, cool. What else? Does anybody else? I can't
That
hear.
just made me realize how much time I spent not breathing deeply.
Yeah. So take this as a stretch. The next one I'm going to show you is an actual exercise to strengthen the lungs. So for those of you that don't know, my father, just some history, my father was diagnosed for years with lung cancer. So he actually ended up beating the thing, but he had to have one lung removed. So he only had one lung for the last 5 years of his life. And was there when he was getting that one lung strong. And they showed how to do it actually from the hospital. And it was all Systema, but I never knew it. There's actually an instrument and the whole bit. But this is more of a stretch for your lungs. This is more of a stretch for your lungs, right? Because the lungs, they're interesting. It's like just like muscles, right? You can make them strong, but then you can't even stretch them at all. You can be really muscle bound, but no flexibility whatsoever. The lungs can be strong, but not be flexible enough, right? So really important. And by the way, this is a good way to tell if you're sick as well. So if you start to breathe deeply and you have to cough, something's wrong. There's an infection in the lungs of some sort. So that's an easy way of checking if you're sick, guys. Just take a deep breath. And if you have to cough, you have a problem. Don't come to class. So, okay. Okay, so now we're going to strengthen them. This is different now, okay? So sit down again. We won't go through the whole thing. I'm just going to show you, and then you guys can practice on your own. So just sit for this one, right? So now I want you just to breathe in, okay? Don't worry about the exhale. So breathe in, and it's kind of faster, right? And you really feel really like muscularly big, and then exhale, just let it out. So I don't care about so now it's just how much air can I take in right now? And out, just let it fall out of your mouth, right? So just work on the inhale. And now when I say work on it, try to breathe in for 10 seconds. If you can do 10 seconds, do 15 seconds. Like as long and as much air as you can get in. Okay, so just try it on your own. And you're really, 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 really working that. You really want to feel how much air you can get in. Sorry, guys, I have to correct you. What's some small mistakes? Watch me. So try to see the difference between movement and expansion. Okay, so this is a movement. That's like a movement of breathing, right? Expansion is deeper. So just, I don't know if it'll come across. We'll just watch. Like after my movement ends, it continues to go. It continues to kind of grow, right? So it doesn't just grow all at once. So there's, you know, like wood, sometimes when the hot and cold, the wood expands and shrinks, right? It doesn't just happen all at once. Expansion is slower. The physical act of breathing, that's it. It's quick, right? But then more air can come in. You just have to allow your lungs to expand. They're not going to expand as quick as you think. So it's like it still grows. So just because you physically ended your inhale, allow it to expand. What you think is stopping is not. It's key. It's growing inside, right? Feel the internal growth as well. Okay, of the lungs. Try it again. Try it again. So there's physical inhale, the muscles that bring in air in, and then there's the expansion of the lungs, which is the continuation of the inhale. Try to feel how they expand. It's just a little bit more patience and you'll feel it. And now the exact same thing with the exhale. Now the exhale, you can feel it a lot more. So you don't worry about the breathe in. Just breathe in, and then forcefully. Remember, there is at the end when you think your breath is ended, there's a little bit more. The lungs are still squeezing out air. Don't give up after the physical effort ends. There's more left. All right, guys. Could you feel it? How was it?
Yeah.
So you can think of it two ways. when there's a punch, there's the physical end to the punch, but there's more momentum that's being carried. Okay. It's like there's a hit and then it's more. It's like there's a, and then there's still more. Like it's still growing inside me, right? It still kind of grows, right? It's like for those of you that know how to cook, after you take the meat off the barbecue, it's still cooking. It's people forget it's still cooking in that. Like there's this exhale, it's ended, but still air is coming out. There's still air coming out, right? You just have to be patient past the physical effort of that. Make sense? So that's how you strengthen your lungs. So they're a little bit, you can divide the two. They're stretching the lungs, which is kind of seeing how much I get in and how much I get out. Now it's like more powerful. It's more deliberate. I want to see how much I get in. I want to see how much I can get out and work like a contraction, like literally contracting the lungs. Before I'm more kind of stretching like inside. Now I'm contracting them. I'm physically squeezing the lungs inside. So really, really good. And do this, guys, as something that you will need as you get older, without a doubt. Okay. Because if you go to the hospitals, guys, everybody in that place is fighting for a breath of air. Everybody. So this is really, strengthening your lungs is the internal work that is super important, that you're able to understand how to stretch them, strengthen them, and how they operate best for you, because that's a big driver for the training. Okay. Make sense? So that's some breath work that you got to practice. So that'll be part of what I want you to practice for the week, okay? And then every week we'll add in more layers of different elements of breath work. There's just so many, guys. But I think part of the problem in September is we have so much and we didn't practice any one with any deliberate, right? Take a week, practice this kind of breathing for now. How much in stretching and how much as a strengthening for the lungs, okay? Make sense? Any questions? Any questions? No? Okay, good. Oh, just a few? Did you say something? I can't hear you. Roberta, did you say just, yeah. Okay, get on the, you're on the ground, get on your stomach. I'll try to mute everybody off. Okay, awesome. Good. Hands beside you, kind of like in a push-up, right? So nice and easy, come in, come up. And then go out, go down. Let me just fix this for a sec. Go in, come up. Go out, go down. So what I want you to do now is, as you're breathing out, it's like you're blowing yourself from the ground up. So it's like, blow yourself up. And then as you breathe in, it's like you're breathing down. So the exhale pushes you up and the inhale brings you down. Now, don't go past this, because this is all of you can do push-ups. I see you, and it's great. But the problem is we're disconnected from the breathing. We don't connect it enough with our breathing. We do it, but not at any deep level, okay? So when you're here, you breathe out. And just think of the exhale lifting you up, and then breathe in. And it's like the inhale, the air coming brings you down. Just try like 10 for me. Go, try it, like 10. Yeah, don't rush. If you need to take a break in between, it's fine, because it's mostly a breathing exercise. Very good, guys. Just 10, that's it. So try to see, when you smell something really good in the kitchen, usually it's like your nose brings you towards this place, right? So as I'm breathing, if I'm up here, as I breathe in, it's like the inhale brought me down, right? And the exhale brought me up. Usually if you're passing by a smell, you don't like. Most of you, if you're driving and you smell like a skunk or something that got run over, usually it's a you don't even want to breathe it in. You breathe it away, right? The same. It's like I push myself up with the exhale, and I breathe in and I draw myself in. Okay. So that's an external version of breathing. That's an external stimulus. An internal version of it would be, I imagine my lungs filling up with air like balloons. So it's like, and then I imagine the balloon deflating. So I imagine the lungs filling up like a balloon lifting me, and then a hole in the balloon bringing me down. So that's an internal version of it. So you think of your lungs now and do 10 push-ups like that. So like you're filling up like a balloon. So fill up the lungs like a balloon. And then exhale is like a hole comes in the balloon and you go down. Again, don't rush. It's not so much about the push-ups. It's about the source of this, right? Awesome. So again, guys, I hope you're following me along. So when I do stuff, I like to think of an external stimulus and an internal stimulus. So if you're studying fighting, you would say to yourself, okay, now why would I punch somebody on an external stimulus? Maybe they made an angry face or something like this, and I punched them. Or I could be motivated inside by something they said. It triggered me inside. So you have to understand how you can stimulate yourself external and internal as well. So the external one about blowing away and inhaling, bringing me in, and then internal is like my lungs, right? So that's the good thing. When you talk about internal, anytime you hear about internal stuff, just say to yourself, it's either the lungs or your mind. That's it. That's the only thing that you have to. Does it make sense? So we're trying to bring some of that to the physical training right now so that when you get to class and the teacher says it's more internal work, you understand it's either in your lungs or in your brain. That's the only place it's going to be. That's the way you're going to understand it, okay? So let's try it with leg raises now. So if you lie down on your back, right? So you inhale, you bring the legs up so that you draw them to you, and then you exhale, you blow them away. So think, inhale, you draw them towards you, and exhale, you blow them away. Remember, guys, upper body completely relaxed. No tension in the upper body. Just a little bit of tension in the stomach, a little bit of tension in the thighs, nothing else anywhere else. Looks really good, Tom. Nice. Check your fingers, guys. Make sure fingers are relaxed, elbows and shoulders relaxed. Just visualize. Inhale, you bring the legs towards you. Exhale, you blow them away. Very good. Lie down again. Stay where you are. Lie down. So now imagine when you inhale, you like balloons in your legs, and the inhale lifts the legs up. And as you exhale, it's like you put a hole in the balloon and the legs go down. Try that now. Visualize when with your breath, you're filling up two balloons, one in each leg. and you fill them up. And as you breathe out, it's like a hole comes in and they go down like an air balloon. First movement, guys, is in your legs. No other part of your body should be moving first. As you inhale, Patrick, put your arms up like beside you, like the long way, like a T. Try putting it like a T. Yeah, like I open them, palm up, palm up. Yeah, try it like this. You feel a little different? This way you can't push down with the hands, right? It relaxes more the upper body. Yeah, like that, Benoit, like that. Now the upper body, guys. Now the upper body. So the body raise. So as you inhale, imagine the inhale brings you up, like something you smell good. It brings you up. So you're lying in bed and you smell something good cooking in the kitchen. It right away rises you. And as you breathe out, it pushes you back. So inhale a good smell, blow out the bad one. And you feel that its external stimulus is lifting you. It's nothing to do with your muscles, nothing to do with abs or anything else like this. One second, guys. Lie down again on your back. Slide down. Take your fingers, like especially these three fingers, and put them in your stomach area. So start to push, like it's hard to show, like push into here. So find where your muscles and the ribs come, and you're pushing in. So lie down on your back. So find where your ribs are and trace all along and try to get under them. Try to really dig under, get as low as your pelvis, right? Like where your belt line is, like get right in there and dig deep. Because when we do these exercises, sometimes the abs become greedy. They want to do everything for us, but it's really not much of a muscular stomach contraction. Because if people start punching you, if you do those drills where people start punching you in the stomach when you're doing your body raise, if your abs are working over you, it's going to hurt so much. You have to know how to not use the abs, right? So push them in a little bit. Okay, now feel them nice and calm. See how nice and calm they are now? They're not firing, right? When you do your body raise, try not to make them fire too much. So try it again. Inhale, come up, and exhale, go down, and check. Make sure they're not, you don't need to use them too much. We're not trying to get the six pack. It's just raising the body up with our breath. Not bad, guys, not bad. Now, just try this last one for me. Grab like under your ribs, like hook into your ribs. So like that. Hook in. Pull it as much as you can without breaking anything. Just like that. Both sides. And breathe. So pull the ribs apart. Miro, very good. Yeah, try pull them apart. Don't break anything because I don't know what to tell you at the hospital. They're going to think you're crazy. Pull. Just like 10 seconds and then slowly let it go and see if you don't feel like you get a little bit more air in now. There's lots of tension in the ribs sometimes when we do a lot of ab work. Awesome. Stand up. Sorry. Feet shoulder width apart. Yeah. Stand up. Feet shoulder width apart. So squats is going to be the last one, right? So again, inhale. Exhale. Just don't do anything for a second. Inhale, exhale just a little bit. Make sure your feet are comfortable. So as you inhale, you're bringing your, it's like bringing you down to a squat. So inhale, squat down. And then exhale, it's like you blow yourself up like a rocket ship. Yeah. And remember, the breath leads the way. So inhale pulls you down, lifts you up. That's it. Remember, not too much tension in the legs, guys. Try to keep your knees especially. Keep them relaxed as much as you can, especially if you have injuries with the knees. Try to keep them as relaxed as you can. Good. Now reverse. So think of a balloon, right? So just stay where you are. Exhale. Imagine air is coming out of the balloon. And then inhale, it inflates the balloon up. So from your lungs. So exhale, you squat down. Air is leaving the legs. Inhale, fill them up, and it rises you again. Very good, guys. Now, stay straight. So if you don't have a lot of room, it's fine. You don't need too much room, but just watch. Inhale, walk backwards a few steps. Exhale, walk forward a few steps. Right? That's it. Inhale, the longer you inhale, you go back. The longer you exhale, you go forward. So as you inhale, something draws you forward, like your breath pulls you forward. As you exhale, something pushes you away. Stop for a second. Stop where you are. Shake your legs a little bit. Lift one up, shake it up, shake your legs out, one and the other. Keep the legs very loose and light. Don't step so heavy, okay? Once again, inhale, something draws you forward. Exhale, something draws you back. Step very lightly, guys. This is a real gift to do. Real gift to learn how to step lightly. You can tell a lot by the way a person walks. Nice and light. Remember, the longer the inhale, the more you come forward. The longer the exhale, the more you go backwards. So it can be short too. But you're just in a short distance. Something inhale brings you forward, exhale brings you back. Now left and right. Inhale, you go one way. Exhale, you go the other way. Yeah, it doesn't matter how you cross foot, shuffle, I don't care. But think of having to move left and right, and you connect your breath. Some people turn their bodies, it's fine. Whatever works. Some crisscross their legs, whatever you like. And you can mix and match that whole thing. You can go forward, you can go backward, you can go left, you can go right. But any change of direction is a change of breath. It's in to out. That's it. Play with the length. Awesome, guys. Just come close for a quick second. So I do this drill that you're doing right now quite a bit. I enjoy it a lot because really there's four basic ways of moving. I mean, there's angles and stuff, but let's say four basic ways of moving away from oncoming danger. Punch, kick, grab, bull, whatever it is, coming car, whatever it is. Generally, it's either forward, backwards, left, or right, okay? The problem becomes as the speed picks up that if you're working from the legs, you'll be slow. So when I'm doing this drill, I think about my hips. So I'm thinking about this part, right? So this part kind of moves me, right? I don't think about my feet. The feet are actually quite light. I'm not grounded. It's all here, right? This is the part that I'm thinking about right here. It's all in here. The other thing that might help you is if you can imagine you're outside and the sun is over top of you. So imagine the sun is right at 12 o'clock, okay? It's going to cast a shadow straight down around you like a circle. Your feet should not go outside that shadow. They shouldn't be big steps. You're staying within your frame, okay? So you imagine a little space around you. You don't go outside your shadow. Nothing sticks out, okay? Try both those. Try forward, backwards, left or right with breathing. Don't think about your feet. Think about your hips and stomach area moving. Yeah, or your spine, if you want to think of your spine. And think of not casting a shadow. Don't go outside your shadow. The same thing, but with your eyes closed now. Again, don't make big steps. You don't need a lot of steps. Keep your eyes closed. This way you can feel it a little bit more. Yeah, so it can be only a few steps forward, a few steps back. It doesn't have to be huge steps, but think of your eyes closed. Think of that shadow above you. Think of your hips. So the power and the speed's not coming from your feet, but from the hips. Awesome, guys. Stop where you are. So inhale, lift up your hand. Exhale, extend it. It can be a fist, it doesn't matter. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, put it down. So in, out, in, out. Right? It can be any direction. It's very deliberate, guys. An inhale, it's chambered. Exhale, it goes out. Bang. The faster you breathe in, the faster it goes. The whole process. Okay. It can be fast too. But if you're working with speed, please no power. You don't have power in that. Speed is speed, but it's not power. Yeah, pay attention to your shoulders. That's the nemesis for punches, right? Really, really relax. Relax the shoulder. That's it, Benoit. That's it. Eyes closed, the same thing. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, it's chambered. Exhale, it's on its way. Guys, watch me for a sec. Just if you open your eyes, so a little tidbit. So for years, I don't know how I figured this out. I can't remember. I think it just came across it. But at the end of my punch, I usually do this. It's hard to see, but as it hits, I almost like remember I told you about there's a physical, and then there's expansion, like it grows. When I hit and there's a contact, it's like I allow my fist to, I give my fist to the person. I didn't hold it for myself. So if I'm a baseball player, I'm holding a ball, I have to let the ball go. I have to let my power go to the ball. So when you punch, when you're doing this drill, inhale, exhale, it's at the very end, let your fingers go. Like train yourself to let your fingers go. Like, and just let it go. Like open them. Open them. Don't worry. It won't look funny. It won't, it might feel bad, but you'll know when you hit people, there's a continuation. They're not going to stay there. So inhale, exhale, let the fingers roll out, let them open, allow them to open. This way, you don't study how to hold on to power. You study how to let it go. That's it, Benoit. Let it go, like you're giving it. Bang. Miro, you see the way you're bringing your hand up? You see how high up towards the shoulder it is? Just bring it to about the chest. No, that's too high. A little bit lower around your chest area. There. Somewhere there, it should feel a little bit more comfortable, right? And then bang, let it go out. Yeah. Sometimes when you bring it up too high to the shoulder starts to become a little tense. Yeah, you don't want that. Patrick, watch me for a sec. Watch. In, out, in, out. There's no, it's, yeah, bang. Somebody said something wrong, he scared you, and they got that. There's no thought process to it. It's just not, if you had to think about it, you should have done something before that. They're too close, bang, that's it. That's it, yeah. That's it. That's it, Benoit. That's it, that's smooth. Awesome. Now at the same time, so it's like, so this is awesome work for multiple attackers. So you have two people, you have to do two things at once. Yeah. Inhale, and just open yourself, right? Open yourself. You can change your position a little bit, like turn left or turn right. Like, yeah, so try to cover a little bit more of a circle around you. And you're basically throwing two punches at the same time. So try to allow that to happen. Practice it before you actually have to ever do it. But it's highly effective if you're surrounded or with a couple of people to do two things at once. Come around for a sec, guys. How was it? How was it? Are you connecting it with the punches a little bit?
Yeah.
Don't be like, some of you, when you're doing this, you're like, there's this like, and you're stopping. For me, it's like, there's no like hard stop on it. There's this like lightness to the arms, right? They want to go, like they want to go do, it's like you finally have a chance to punch somebody it's like you're happy, you're not holding it back. So watch my hands again. At the end, they open. At the end, they open. Try it again. Allow them to kind of go a little bit more. Yeah, let them go. Yeah, try to cover the four directions: forward, backwards, left, right. Try to let them go. Bring them up nicely, bring them out. That's it. Yeah, turn yourself in all kinds of directions. Great, guys. Very good. I hope it feels a little bit better. It looked better for sure. It looked more appropriate for like multiple attacker situations. You need to be free, especially with those situations, right? The same idea now with your legs. So it's like I inhale, I lift my knee up, right? I inhale and I exhale. I inhale and I exhale. Any direction is fine, right? Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. All right, so with your legs. Yeah, it can be in any direction, sideways, back, forward, left, right. Remember, inhale, the knee comes up. Exhale, the foot comes out. Inhale, exhale. That's the value. I know lots of you know how to kick, guys. I get it. But try to connect the breathing. It's not so much a kicking drill. It's more breathing kicking drill. Now, legs and arms. Doesn't matter what you want to use. Forward, backwards, left, and right. Arms can come out, legs can come out. Remember, don't work with your mind, just strictly with breathing movements. Inhale, one thing happens. Exhale, another thing happens. Be very deliberate about this, guys. Don't imagine anything else. It's breathing exercise. In and then out. In and then something else happens on the out. Awesome, guys. Good. Unmute. Okay. Grab a seat, guys. Okay. So it didn't really matter. To be honest, it didn't matter what you did. You could do like in, out, like it's any movement, in, out, like it's an in and an out extension, right? You could do the whole thing with all your exercises as well, right? But what we're trying to do is before we get to practice, before we get to the classes that we're going to be attending for training, that we've actually tried to practice some of the stuff the teachers are saying, which is breathe in and then out and connect it with movements, because those are the two cornerstones of Sistema, is breathing and movement, right? So you need to be able to understand it, just like your steps. Inhale, exhale, like you got to figure that stuff out, right? Does that make sense? Okay, so you're going to have to practice this week. It seems rudimentary, but believe me, I practice it every week now, and it's not rudimentary. It takes a lot of work to keep that up, okay? So what I want you to do now, lie down comfortably, lie down on your backs comfortably somehow. And again, just breathe now, but with no specific goal, just other than just breathing, okay? So just let your breathing fall to something comfortable, okay? Now, because you're not doing anything other than just lying down and not moving anymore, your mind might have this tendency to start to wander, or it might want to start um, uh, thinking about your day or other stresses, or being distracted by something you hear or you see. Um, Try to let your eyes close, and any distractions that you are met with, I want you not to get mad at it, but I just want you to say, gently acknowledge the distraction and get back at task of focusing on your breathing, okay? And other than just normal breathing, okay? And I want you to feel the breathing right now very clearly in your chest. So that's where your lungs are. So as you breathe in and breathe out, I want you to pay attention to the movement of your chest, okay? It's going to be a small movement, maybe like a half inch up, half inch down. Pay attention to the movement, and any distractions that you have, lightly touch it with a feather, or think of like lightly acknowledging it somehow and letting it go away. Just acknowledge it, don't get mad at it. Really hone in on just regular breathing, just your very comfortable breathing. And then pay attention to the feeling of the rising and the falling of your chest. Any distractions, just lightly acknowledge it. Just think of like a feather or a light touch, and just acknowledge the distraction and get back to breathing and feeling the motion in your chest of an inhale and an exhale. See now if you can take that feeling or the rising of your chest up and down, and see if you can feel that same movement in your stomach. So as you inhale, you'll feel your stomach come up a little bit, and as you exhale, you'll feel it go down a little bit. Try to feel the movement of breath in your stomach now. Now see if you can pass that movement or that feeling to your arms now. So as you breathe in, you feel a movement in your arms of an inhale as lifting up, and a gentle, as you exhale, you feel it going down. It's going to be very subtle, guys. It might not even be a real, but it's a feeling that you feel the movement of breath through different parts of your body, not just your chest, but in different parts. That when you breathe in, your whole body is moving a little bit. It does affect the whole body. Now see if you can pass that feeling to your back. So you feel, as you breathe in, you feel a movement or a pressure of your back onto the ground. And as you breathe out, you feel a releasing of that pressure from the back. So maybe not a movement because you're lying on your back, but you'll feel a pressure build up in the back as you breathe in. Now see if you can pass that feeling to the legs. So as you inhale, it feels like the legs are filling and moving a little up. And as you exhale, you feel them kind of going down a tiny bit. It might not actually be, guys, but it's a feeling that you feel. That's the most important. And now try to unite the whole body. So as you breathe in, it feels like the whole body fills up. So you don't just breathe into your lungs, you breathe into your whole body and the whole body fills. And then as you exhale, the whole body slowly comes down. Now allow your mind to just wander a little bit. Don't focus anymore. And just breathe normally, but in the subconscious. Don't focus. Just allow your mind to wander a little bit and think whatever it wants to think. Mind is a powerful tool, and we can only control it a little bit. And we have to make sure we allow it the chance to run free sometimes. keep your eyes closed. And I want you now to think about or visualize yourself throwing your punch. So it doesn't have to be at any specific person, but think about what you want your perfect punch to look like. How would you deliver it? In your mind's eye, how do you see your punch coming? From the moment it starts to as you pull it up, to as it comes out, and as it makes contact with the target, and as you pull it back. Try to visualize all steps of a perfect punch, the way your fist is not too tense, the way it makes a shape or a shell of a fist, but not the tension, the way you lift it up to your body. It doesn't lock your body, but it comes up to your body, and then it starts to come out. And instead of through tension, you start to relax the fist, and you feel your arm coming towards a target, making contact with that target, allowing it to follow through and grow and expand through the target, and then pulling the arm back comfortably and punching with the other arm. So visualize your perfect punch, exactly what you want it to look like and what effect you want it to have on the target. Any punch is fine, but try to, as much detail in your mind as you can muster of how it should be and how you want it to be. Create that in your mind. And now the exact same idea with your kicks. So try to visualize yourself kicking in any direction, any type of kick. It doesn't really matter. What matters is how you want it to look and the effects that you want it to have. So the way the leg comes up and you're still in balance. The way the knee comes close to you and then it propels towards a target in front of you. Try to visualize all aspects of that kick and how you want it to look, and what effect you want it to have. Think of the weight of the leg. Think of how heavy a leg is. Not really necessary to be too strong. Just pick up the motion of the leg, pick up the weight of the leg, and project it forward to a target in the most accurate way you can. Now allow your mind to wander freely. And very, very slowly, guys, when you're ready, come on, sit up when you're ready. Hope we lost Benoit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm here.
Sometimes it's some people just fall right asleep and that works, man. And that's sometimes what we need. How do you feel, guys? How do you feel?
Good.
So the hardest part for me is I've kind of have a vision of how I want this to play out over the next 3 months. The problem is that I'm so excited because the end part's all like everything starts to come together, right? But this very basic stuff I showed you, some of you, I know you know this stuff, right? It's quite basic, but we still need to kind of go through it. So it's like I'm trying to contain my excitement for what's to come for you guys. Just practice it a little bit. That's all I can ask. If you're, some of you are already training, guys at the Fight Club. I'm not sure if you're training with anybody, Miro. You have anybody up there you're training with?
Yeah, I'm traveling to Slovakia once a week.
Oh, good. Okay. So that's all you need. As long as you have like, because then you can kind of see how this, like, even if it's once a week, you can at least see something that might be progressing, right? So I'm interested to see how your practice becomes now. If you're not getting maybe more to practice now, right? So time will tell. Time will tell. We'll see how that goes. But sorry, I didn't hear you. Cutting out.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Yeah, my internet connection is unstable. That's what they're saying. So yeah, I know that when I was training with you, I saw some changes in the training. So it's definitely good to have two sources.
Good. All right.
Kind of, you're searching for yourself or your own view of the problems. So yeah.
Okay, great, great. Well, we'll see how it goes, guys. So try to bring some of this stuff into your training when you're coming into classes if you can, and see if there's any benefits to what you're doing, right? How about you, Benoit? Everything was okay?
Yeah,
Awesome, awesome.
I fall asleep. But,
No, it's okay. Like, listen, sometimes, honestly, sometimes even when I'm doing this, because I usually do this work early in the morning. As soon as I get up, I do this. You can imagine, right? Because I find my mind is so clear when I wake up. That's when I do my reading. That's when I do my writing, when I do all my stuff, because as the day goes on, it's harder to quiet the mind, right? I want, it's like the best possible frame of mind I want in the morning and at night. So I really keep those things kind of clear in special time, right? So it's like my mind is so clear. I want to put nothing but good stuff in it before I start. That's why I like the mental training and the reading is I want to read the best possible stuff I can because my mind is not cluttered right now with the rest of the day, right? So that's for me. It might not work for everybody like that, right? But like I said, I'm excited for how this is going to go for you guys. Just this basic stuff, just bring, like, instead of, like the goal, like sometimes I wrote about this today on Facebook. There's this, people lose sight. They want results or they want a number or a goal. But the problem is you're missing the real benefit comes when you channel your attention. Like, it doesn't matter how many push-ups you do. The mere fact that you're doing a push-up is what's positive here, okay? And that you bring as much detail to this as you possibly can is going to be the most powerful stuff, okay? So just the mere process is more powerful than the result. The process of what you're doing right now is going to exponentially cause you to grow more than you could imagine, right? So just think about that and rewatch the video if you can one more time this week before, and just practice it. And next week we'll throw some different stuff at it every week, okay? And any emails, feedback, just let me know, guys. I'd always appreciate it to see if something happened in training or some revelation came or something. This is important for me to know because it kind of indicates milestones as to where you are in terms of your training. So anything you can share would be great, okay? Sound cool? Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for the class. I'll see you next Wednesday. Take care, guys.
Bye, Manny.
Bye, guys. Have a good one. Bye, guys.